Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. Today's video is inspired by fall and it's inspired by a Korean actress named Ha Ji-won, and it's actually inspired by her photo shoot for the Hong Kong version of Marie Claire, and this is the look. I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but that's basically the look. I first saw on her Instagram page another picture and I thought, wow, that's really beautiful. But on closer inspection, I prefer this picture because it gives more detail about what her whole face looks like. So, without further ado, let's start the makeup. So, first thing I always do is to color correct, so I'll do that first. Gonna use my MAC, and I'm gonna use this shade, the brown shade, and just get rid of the discoloration first. You can use the orange, or depending on your skin tone, you can also use yellow to get rid of discoloration. So I'm just going to do it all over my face first. So basically I color corrected. I put some shade on here as well because I have a sort of greyish tone here. So I put it over there, put it around my mouth, under my eyes, and also on my nose because there's a different shade of color on my nose as well. Next I use my Born This Way foundation and in the shade Sand. And I'm going to put this all over my face. Just one drop I think should suffice because I may have to go back again. But this is just to unify everything. And I'll just go to the main areas that need the color, which is over my eye. The reason I do it over my eye is so that I have a clean base because I'm going to put some nice eyeshadow on. And I just want everything to be on the same page. And now I'm gonna do the top of my hairline as well so that the color throughout my face is the same. I hate it when my hair gets everywhere, and it always does, which annoys me. So the look is pretty much a semi-matte sort of look, so this is totally fine. Okay, blended everything out. Now I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter, and this is gonna be my, because this shade is darker than my skin tone, this is going to be my natural contour shade. So for her, the contour was on her hollows of her cheek and her nose for sure. Sorry for the background noise. And around her chin area, so I'm just going to do that first. So I'm going to go down my nose bridge from here on. Right now it looks like it's my color, but you'll see it will start to change color. And then I'm going to go in my hollows of my cheek. And I'm also going to go down here. So it will start to change color later on, but for the moment just let it be. And it will look very naturally contoured. And you can use whatever contour you have. You want to go darker, it's fine as well. For example, if you have a contour like over here, I have the darker shade right here. And I could use that too, but I kind of want it to look a bit more natural. And I know it's not very obvious on camera, but in real life it's much more, you can see the contour a bit more in real life. So I'm just going to blend this part out using my finger. Just blend, blend, blend. And then I'll go in with a highlight later on, but for now I'm not going to highlight. I'm going to highlight only when I've done my eyes as well. Okay, now I'll go on to my eyes. For the base, I'm going to use a lot of shadows and highlighters and things like that, or eyeshadow pens. These are so useful to have. Now I have this shade from Pixie, and it's in the shade, what is this one? I will list them all down below. It's called Shell Sheen basically, and this one I'm going to put all over my lid. just all over because it has that pearl sheen. Same here, pearl. And for Korean makeup, especially for eyeshadow, they like to have pearlized eyeshadow or shimmery eyeshadow, and mainly in these kinds of shades, like a peachy shade, a skin tone shade, or something more transparent and white. Where's my other one? And then this one I have from beautyuk, and this is in the shade Copper, and this one I'm going to put on my lower lash line. Okay, so just like that. And also gonna put it on, where else does she have? She has it mainly in the crease area and a bit on this side, crease area and this side, and sort of over here as well. So those are the areas which is on the lower lash line, the outer area, but not on the inside, just the crease areas. Okay, and these are going to be my base. I'm just going to sort of just press it and maybe slightly smudge it and blend it out. The reason why I'm doing this is so that this is going to be my base for the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow would stick much better on this. And as you guys can see, this is slightly closer to my own skin tone. But if you are fair skin, sort of like a Korean type skin or Japanese, Chinese, whatever your skin tone, which is fairer, this might look closer to what she has on. But on me, this is very natural. Okay, so now I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette. It's from Frontcover Cosmetics, UK. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I'm going to take my What's Up highlighter, and this I'm going to use my finger like that, and I'm going to put over my lid, so over here. So it gives that really wet look. And if you don't like something like the shell pixie shade that I used, you can use this first, because this is quite close to what the original look is like, which is a wet sort of sheen which she has, and I actually like this one a lot. Come to think about it, I think I would have used this instead. And just bring that higher up, close to your brow area as well. Right now it looks really messy, but once you get the shadow on and you blend everything in, it will look fine. So I'm just gonna do that first, and then now you can go for this shade if you're fair skin, but I'm gonna go for this because it's a much more pigmented shade. And then you can use this shade for more skin tone kind of thing. So I'm going to use that so-called skin tone shade, and I'm going to put that under my eyes. I'm going to smile like this and give myself some aegyo, that fat under the eyes that look like you're very young and youthful and cute, and you know, which the Korean makeup has really like brought this into trend. And then I'm gonna use that same brush. I'm gonna go over the middle section because that's like the flesh shade kind of, and just put it all over in the middle section. Now I'll use the coral shade. Oops. Okay, so the coral shade which I showed you right here, that one I'm going to put in my lower lash line for sure. So I need my mirror. Lower lash line. Can you guys see that? I'll do one eye for you guys first, and then I'll do the other off camera because otherwise it will take forever. And then I'm going to go on the outer section here and just in the crease. because if it's in the crease, you can't really see it, so it's quite natural. But you can bring it above your crease, closer to your brow bone a bit, and somewhere here in the front part as well. And just intensify that how you want, or however you want. For me, there's one thing I wanted to do, which is I have this pencil from Remote's, the Scandal Eyes, in bronze, and this shade is what you want on your corner of your eye. So I'm going to take this and just put this on the lower lash line right here. And let that come out a bit. And this one, they just extended. And I'm just going to put that all over here and blend everything out with the coral shade. So I'm just going to blend. So the intensity of the bronze shade will be more on the corner. Right? Like that. Just there. And then I use the coral shade and go on top of it so that it's still bright and not something really dark. So it's something like this. Oh shucks, the light. Oh, the light is failing me. There we are. Light, please come back to me. Can you see what I look like? Yeah? And when that's all done, I'm going to take my highlighter and put it back in the middle, but let me do the other eye. So emphasis goes back in this area right here. I'm just going to emphasize it and put more of the shade back on, bringing it closer to the crease as well. And this area too. There's a bird outside my window. Okay. This is what it looks like when you close your eye. As you can see, the brown or the bronzy part is right there. Can you see that? Yeah. Everything else surrounding it is going to be this peach coral shade. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to move on to my What's Up again, and once again using my finger, I'm going to put the shade right on the area in the middle. So it looks really glossy, as you can see. You can see the gloss. It's that wet, creamy, glossy look that I'm after. And you can actually put more shimmer over there if you like. But I'm not a shimmer kind of girl, but this is as far as I will go. And you can use a brush and directly apply it, that's fine as well. Okay, so for eyes or eyeshadow, that's more or less it. Then I use a nude pencil and I line my lower waterline, because you always want to have bright eyes when it comes to Korean makeup. Always line your waterline. There we are. Next I use a black pencil, or black kohl kajal pen, and I line my, or rather I tight line. So just my upper lash line is going to be tight lined right now. So I've got, you can see one eye has been tight lined, the other is not. Next I use my eyeliner. This one is from Essence and it's a liquid eyeliner, and I'm gonna line my eye. What I do with the eye though is I will, this wing is actually not going to be a wing, it's going to be a normal eyeline. So I'm going to take it like that and just go make a thin line. The eyeliner is quite thin, but it's quite beautiful at the same time. And at the end, I'm just going to carve it out like that. Okay, so closer. as you can see, I've made a curve out, and I'm just gonna color everything else in. As I mentioned, the line is quite thin. For mascara, I want to be as luxurious as possible, so I'm using Benefit's They're Real. And to be honest, her mascara was not, she wasn't wearing any fake lashes. There's a possibility of lash extension, but fake lashes were not on. And the mascara is pretty natural. So all I'm going to do is just put probably one coat, and that should be enough. And lower lash line almost minimal of the mascara, but just in case. There we are. Now it's time for my brows. I'm going to use my Sleek Brow Kit, and it's in a real big mess. But I'm going to use these two. Sorry. I'm going to use this, which is the pomade, and I'm going to use the powder as well. And I'm going to try to make my brows as straight as possible, but I know that this is quite hard to do because I don't have straight brows, but I'm going to try. So what I'll do is just on this area, I'm going to thicken it a bit, and I'm using the pomade for that because the wax or the pomade part is what can solidify the area and make it look as if, or rather shape the area, that's what I meant to say, shape the area and make it look as if that's where you have hair. And I'm using a very thin brush. This is from Real Techniques. I don't believe this is an eyebrow brush, probably a lip brush. I'm just using that because it's thinner and I could control the strokes with this one. So I'm gonna just make that part more thick, and then the top part I'm gonna keep as thin as possible. And then I'll go on with the light brown. Then I use the brown powder, and I just go and sort of square the front of my brow. I use the powder so that it's a bit more subtle. If I use the wax, it would be sort of very harsh and it won't look as nice. So that's why I'm using the powder right here. And I'm using the shade Dark, which is actually a brown. Her brows were nowhere as dark as what mine are right now. But that's because, I mean, our hair color is different as well. My hair is black, so I need to follow that color. Whereas for her, her hair color was a dark sort of chestnut kind of brown. I'm talking a lot, yeah, but basically you want to match your brows to your own hair color. But if you want to make it a bit more brown, you could with a brown shimmery mascara, because that's the kind of look she had, or you can use a shimmery eyeshadow or a brown eyeshadow, but you get the picture, I'm sure. So that's my brow done. Okay, and next up is the highlighting. Whew. Okay, now to highlight, I'm actually going to use this. This is from Etude House, and it's the Precious Mineral Any Cushion, and I'm just going to brighten certain areas, which would be right under my eye area, just like there. Yeah, this is my highlight, and right over here, highlight, down my nose. I love the scent of this. And my forehead, for sure. I need to brighten the forehead, right? And just go on top. Ooh, I'm looking really white right now. But as I said, this is going to be my highlight. And then I'm going to go my chin in this area. Now I'm going to use my foundation brush which I had earlier on. Where did that one go? And I'm just going to go over it again to blend everything out. Okay, now I'm going to use some bronzer and just go on the outside. For bronzer, I'm going to use the shade Avalon, and this is from Colourpop. And I'm also going to use Stryke, which is a darker sort of blush. Look at her picture, mainly these areas. Go in a bit more. I'm going to take Stryke and put that on my cheeks because there is a hint of blush on her. Just a hint. Just a hint like that. Yeah. Blend this out. Totally blend it out. It looks okay. I'm using the viewfinder. I'm sorry that I'm not looking at the camera, but I am now. So I'm just basically doing it like this, and then bringing it up and going to the hollows as well, so it's very seamless and not like purposeful. And you can put on as much as you want. Then I'm going to use my highlighter and highlight just down the nose bridge because she had a lot of highlight down there. Like that. There we are. And here as well. Okay. Use a plum lip pencil and just go over. All over the lip. I'm gonna take oxblood and just put that on my inner part. Then I'll take Chanel Experiment and I'm going to put this on the outside. And just blend that together, not too much. Once done, I'm going to take maxfactor in the middle. And just thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!